Duke Ellington, the great American pianist and composer, once said, "It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing." And by swing, he definitely meant rhythm, okay? So whenever we begin to read a piece of music, one of the very first things that we have to look for is the time signature, because that is what dictates the feel and the rhythm of the piece. Music notation is made out of building blocks called measures. These measures are separated by vertical lines called bar lines. Here we see that we have 4 measures. Now within those measures are horizontal lines and spaces, and those are used to indicate pitch, such as chords and scales. However, in this method, we will not be dealing with chords, scales, or pitches at all. All of the notes that you see within this method will only be used to indicate rhythm. No keys, no piano, no chords, no scales, just rhythm. Each measure will contain a specific number of pulses that we call beats. This specific number of beats is indicated in the very first measure on the left by 2 numbers stacked on top of each other. This is called a time signature. The first time signature that you are going to master is called 4/4. It is also known as common time, and it means that there will be 4 beats in each measure. The top 4 indicates the number of beats in each measure, and the bottom 4 indicates the type of note that is going to represent the beat, which brings us to the idea of the subdivision of music notation. When it comes to music notation, it's important to remember that music is not just about putting things on beats, but also about creating beats of empty space, and this is called a rest. So as you will notice, every note also has a corresponding rest. Starting at the top of the diagram, you can see that the whole note is the largest note and it is equal to 4 beats. As you move down the diagram, you will subdivide each of these notes into half of their original value. So after the whole note, you subdivide that in half and you get the half note, which are each equal to 2 beats. Following that, you subdivide each half note into half and you get quarter notes, which are each equal to 1 beat. When you see the 4/4 time signature, what that is referring to is 4 quarter notes per measure. As we see in this diagram, we have 4 quarter notes, and therefore we are in 4/4. Now, interestingly enough, when we go down one more layer, we can see that there are actually 2 halves of the beat. A beat is not just one solid thing, but it has actually got multiple pieces. And so this brings us to one of the most important concepts of the entire book, the downbeat and the upbeat, which will be represented by eighth notes. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it useful and you'd like to support the Piano Dojo, please consider subscribing and buying the book.